And I can see Senators Kipchumba Murkomen and Kimani Wamatangi have been reading their tweets throughout the break. That's what they're doing, reading their tweets. So, gentlemen, just listen, both of you, to these sound bites. One by the Jubilee Vice Chair. You're both in Jubilee. This is your Vice Chair. And then the Deputy President of your party. Let's go to the tape.
This guy has been on probation. He has been tested. And all this time, they were trying to see if they can actually leave this country in his hands. Unfortunately, the jury is out there. And I have said it before, and I'll say it again. Kama walikubaliana hiyo ni yao. If they agreed that is them. But that is not what the rank and file of the party think. In any case, the Deputy President himself has said he's open to competition. People can challenge him. I can challenge him myself. There are so many other people who are willing to challenge him for the ticket.
Vitisho, njama, hizi zote. Kwa sababu ninajua hata yale mambo yanakuja hapa mbele ambayo yamepangwa. But I'm ready for it. I want to tell them they may have the system. They may have whatever they have. But I want to tell them we have God.
Senator Murkomen, you first. It's all over, isn't it? Between the president and the deputy, it's all over now.
It looks like, it looks like that the president, soon after achieving his second term, started hatching a plot to do away with his deputy because now he no longer needs him. There's a concept they call kicking the ladder. Once you go up, because now you're sure that you're up there, you kick the ladder. And I think that is what they would call the kicking the ladder concept. Basically, it is very sad because I cannot recognize the Uhuru Kenyatta I voted for or I supported. We can't recognize the Uhuru Kenyatta who announced many times that, many times unprovoked, that Yangu Kumi, Ruto Kumi. If you look at the dogs that are barking around, and we shouldn't be discussing Murade in public TV, and I'm happy you asked the right question. We should be discussing about his masters, and the message they are propagating is not about themselves. They are shameless enough to accept to release certain messages on behalf of their masters. And it's very sad indeed that the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, without whom Uhuru Kenyatta would be absolutely not even an opposition leader, he would not be in any position in this country, would be the one being mistreated at the moment because some people think that they have achieved what they wanted and they can discard and throw away the Deputy President. I can tell you, Jeff, because I hope the President is watching me, and I'm sure he will watch me. Even if he doesn't watch now, he will read it tomorrow or the day after, and he will be told. The legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta is not going to be about the brick and mortar. It's about the initial concept of Jubilee, where I participated in writing the Jubilee Agreement, which was about bringing Kenya together and ending the politics of deceit. What we are witnessing at the moment is not what we set out to do as Jubilee. Uhuru Kenyatta will be remembered not because of the things he did about roads, about electricity, about all these things. He will be remembered about how he has treated the people of Kenya and has treated his deputy. And no matter how many things he pontificates in pulpit and preaches, at the end of his term, it will be asked, what was all this about persecuting his deputy president? Okay,
Senator Wamatangi, that gives you an opportunity right there to respond.
Yes. Okay, well, not me to respond because I'm neither the president nor the deputy, Jeff. But first thing, that question you asked before we went to the break, I want to confirm that in my view and the way I look at the debate in the Senate, it has never been to my mind or to the debate that I put on the floor or my position. That is about 2022. It's about sharing of revenue to counties and ensuring that the right thing is done to all the counties, depending on the various needs of those counties and circumstances and facts. That's my position. Now, coming to this other discussion, Jeff, let me tell you, and let me say this, family, from a very clear mind, I would be, as the Wamatangi, very, very hesitant to try and go and draw a line to either judge the president or the deputy president on the basis of their political relationship right now. Remember, Jeff, these are two gentlemen who campaigned together in 2002 when Uhuru Kenyatta was running for president, and William Ruto was supporting him. And they ran and campaigned all over the country as friends. I actually remember that time as a very young man, I met the two of them in a hotel in Kericho, Koti Hotel, when they were campaigning. And then in the year 2007, these gentlemen were worlds apart. They were in completely opposing camps. And they would never see eye to eye. That time, the deputy president was with the former prime minister. But then, come 2013, these gentlemen were again together. And I don't know where Murkomen was just pre-2013, but I remember, although I was not an elected member of parliament, I was with a group that was working around. That time I was chairman, PNU. And I was working with a group that was trying to bring this team together so that we could have a joint ticket. And I remember a lot of discussions that went around at that particular time, including trying to go and persuade His Excellency the Deputy President to come and join President Uhuru so that they could run on the same ticket. And there was a lot of discussions and a lot of let me not call them arguments, but points of concern until they came together. But it was not easy, even that time.
Okay, so what went wrong?
Their way together, they campaigned, they don't want to sit. So let me tell you, Jeff, these are not gentlemen that you can, on the basis of their political relationship, you cannot come in and try to either define, draw, or declare that this is the way they are, or this is the way they will be. These gentlemen tomorrow can shock all of us, I'm telling you. And I believe even today, because one thing that I would be very quick to admit is one, the House of Jubilee requires sanitization and fumigation.
Okay.
Completely. I mean, it is in chaos.
Okay, and throw in a little smoke detector.
But the relationship of the two...
But Senator, let me ask you this.
The relationship of the two, that one, these two gentlemen, they can be able to resolve it. They are the ones to resolve this matter themselves, the way they have resolved them in the past.
So what went wrong?
And I will tell you, for all of us who have been in Jubilee up to today, it is a very uncomfortable situation to be in, because
Senator Wamatangi,
when you listen to the Deputy President speaking, or when you listen to the President speaking, there is no one time when you hear the President either calling his Deputy President names, neither will you hear the Deputy President calling his President names. They're all speaking niceties, shaking hands. The other day when I met them at KCC, I was in that group. I mean, the guys are looking at each other, smiling, friendly, So listen, I would be very hesitant to say that these guys are going to...
Senator, please listen to me.
Can I tell you something,
You're not listening. You're not listening. Okay, what went wrong? Jeff. It's a simple question Kenyans ask. What went wrong? Senator Murkomen says his man is being mistreated. You say these guys are buddies. They don't wear the same shirts anymore or ties. They're not buddies.
Jeff, buddies they may not be, or maybe they are. What I've just said is that as a political leader myself at my level, I would be very hesitant to draw that line, because I've seen these guys change within no time, expecting that this is the way that they're going to be at a particular election. You find that they're together. So no one knows. I do not think I've sat in any forum at all where I've heard the Deputy President saying that I'm against the President. Neither have I heard the President say that, and I've spoken to the President many times. So what they need to do is the shadow boxing, the Cold War, the war by proxy, the messages via messengers. I think that is what must stop, and especially the messengers who send themselves. if you ask me, Jeff. Because also when you have a scenario like this, you have so many fellows abrogating themselves the role of being the ones who know more than the two. And so you find that this one makes that determination, this one this declaration, that gives that warning, this one says this. I would want to tell those leaders, if these two guys came together, they came together on their own accord. I remember when the deputy president, we were sending for him when he was in Mombasa, and a team went there, including some people from his area, pre-2013. And I was here in Nairobi, we had a discussion late in the night in one of the hotels before that team went. They went discussed with him.
Okay.
He agreed, they came and they met with the president, agreed to work together. So the only way they can save us and help this country is to for the two of them to sit
Senator,
and put this
I hear you. I hear you.
Put it up to themselves.
Senator Murkomen, hold on.
Jeff.
Hold on, Senator Murkomen. Maybe it's just me.
I have a very important thing to ask.
Before you ask that, maybe it's just me, or have I been in a coma the last 6 months? I mean, Ruben Kigame just messaged me and he says he can also see that this marriage is over. Is it Ruben Kigame? I mean, what's going on?
I looked at my, Jeff, I want to say this with all honesty, because I looked today at my pictures reminded by Facebook about this day 3 years ago. This day 3 years ago, the president's election had just been nullified like a day like yesterday. And today, myself, I was the only politician inside the president's chopper. So I was with the president on security and the DP in another chopper. We flew to, after a meeting at State House, we flew to Nakuru and Narok with the deputy president and the president to go and address a rally and to assure our supporters that we were ready for the second round of the elections. And when I looked at those pictures today, I asked myself a very basic question. What became of that Uhuru Kenyatta that today he chased William Ruto from a house in Mombasa? That it is the same Uhuru Kenyatta who is arresting everybody who is associated with the deputy president. It is the same Uhuru Kenyatta who has not given the deputy president any responsibility, neither does he even invite him for important meetings in the name of using COVID as an excuse. It is the same. Let me ask one simple question. William Ruto decided to support Uhuru Kenyatta in 3 elections, and even way before, in the year 2002. What is that one sin that if I met the president today, I'll look at him eye to eye and ask him, what is that one simple mistake that washes away all the good things William Ruto did for him from 2002 to winning the first election, to a second election, to a rerun? Is it really worth that he is the president of Kenya? How does he expect us to believe anything from him when people are being persecuted because of any association with the deputy president? So really, I agree with Ruben Kigame. I agree with any other citizen of this republic. Let's not sugarcoat things for us to look good for purpose of diplomacy. As a matter of fact, the president is persecuting his deputy. And the question Kenyans are asking, is that the right thing to do? Okay,
but last week, Deputy President William Ruto told my colleague Joe Aguayo this was an agreement between the president and his deputy, that he takes a back seat because, you know, for those first 5 years it was Uhuru Ruto, and the deputy president said it was an agreement so that the legacy continues as Uhuru and Ruto being a backseater.
We were told, Jeff, and that's what the deputy president said. We were told that now that the president is in his second term, let the deputy president take a back seat.
You were told by whom?
That the deputy president will no longer be invited. I mean, the information we got when we asked around
by whom?
The president why the deputy president. Please, you want me to mention people's names here on TV?
Why not? Hey,
it's the deputy. Okay, if you instead of mentioning those names. What the deputy president told your colleague Joe Aguayo last week was that the information he got was he should take a backseat so that the president can shine. You mean you want to tell me that the president suffers with that high level of inferiority complex, that he cannot work with his deputy, that he cannot shine if he works with other people? The point we want to tell you, Jeff, is that what Uhuru Kenyatta is doing to William Ruto is not right. And there is no, it will never be, there is no justification. Nowadays, Weston Hotel was there before 2013. The question of the cases they are implicating William Ruto, they were there before 2013. William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta were all suspects in ICC. Presumption of innocence was applied in them, and they came to office, they worked as a team. Suddenly now, because William Ruto is likely to be a candidate in 2022, he's become the dirty guy, he's become the corrupt guy, he's the one who should not be associated with the president. Anybody who is around him should be arrested, should be removed from office. What kind of nonsense is that?
Okay, Senator Wamatangi, I know you want to respond, but I have to take a break before 11 o'clock. Please, just give me a moment. You can respond as soon as we come back, all right? Let's take a break. It's getting hot. Whoa, where's that powder? Keep tweeting at Koinangajeff, at Citizen TV Kenya, the hashtag JKLIVE, JKLIVE. Takes a break. We'll be back in a moment.